Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to discuss about nilpotent matrix. So let's start the video. What is nilpotent matrix? A square matrix A is said to be nilpotent if there exists a natural number m such that A raised to the power m is equal to null matrix. Also, A raised to the power greater than equal to m is equal to a null matrix because A raised to the power m into A will be equal to null matrix into A because A raised to the power m is equal to a null matrix. Now what is the index of the nilpotent matrix? The smallest natural number k such that A raised to the power k is equal to null matrix is known as index of the nilpotent matrix. Note, if k is the index of nilpotent matrix A, then A raised to the power greater than or equal to k is equal to null matrix and A raised to the power less than k will not be equal to null matrix because k is the smallest natural number here. Null matrix raised to the power 1 is equal to null matrix because null matrix is the only matrix whose index is 1 and rest every non-null matrix have index greater than or equal to 2. Now you can see these nilpotent matrices. Now see this question. If star represents any non-zero number, then matrix A is nilpotent or not. If it is nilpotent, then what will be its index? Now see this solution. You can use the concept which I mentioned in the example of idempotent matrix. Non-zero entry places for matrix A are 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. The non-zero entry places of A square 1, 2, 2, 3 will give 1, 3. 2, 3, 3, 4 will give 2, 4. Because only in these cases j's are equal. Now for the non-zero entries of A raised to the power 3. 1, 3, 3, 4 will give 1, 4. Because we know that in the fourth row there are no non-zero entry. Now there will be no non-zero entry places for A raised to the power 4. A raised to the power 4 will be equal to null matrix and index will be 4. Now see this note. If A is nilpotent matrix, then transpose of A will also be nilpotent matrix and both have the same index. Now see this question. You can see the non-zero entry places for matrix A are 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3 and the non-zero entry places for A raised to the power 2 will be 3, 1, 4, 2 and the non-zero entry places for A raised to the power 3 will be 4, 1 and there will be no non-zero entry places for A raised to the power 4. That's why A raised to the power 4 will be equal to a null matrix and the index of A will be 4. Now see this note. If A and B are nilpotent matrix of same order, then A plus B may or may not be nilpotent matrix. See this question. Consider matrix A and B. A plus B will be equal to this matrix and A plus B whole raised to the power 2 will be equal to this thing. A plus B is not a nilpotent matrix. Now also see these two matrices A and B and A plus B will be equal to this matrix which is nilpotent matrix. A plus B may or may not be nilpotent matrix. If A and B are nilpotent matrix which commute with each other, then A plus B is always nilpotent matrix. So for A plus B to be nilpotent matrix where A and B are nilpotent matrix, A and B should be commute with each other. Now see this note. Index of A plus B will be less than equal to index of A plus index of B minus 1. Now see this question. If A and B are nilpotent matrices of same order with index 3 and 4 respectively, then index of A plus B. If A and B commute with each other, then it may be. Now see this proof. Let's suppose A plus B is a null matrix. Then B will be equal to minus A. It means that both the matrices have the same index, but it is given that A and B have different index. So A plus B is not equal to a null matrix. Now using that formula for the index of A plus B, we get 3 plus 4 minus 1 equal to 6, which implies that index of A plus B then equal to 6 except 1, because 1 is the index of null matrix only. Now see this note, if A and B are nilpotent matrices, then AB may or may not be nilpotent. See this example, you can see the product of two matrices which will be equal to that matrix, which is idempotent matrix, and hence can never become nilpotent matrices, because we know that if A is idempotent matrix, then A raised to the power n will be equal to A where n belongs to natural number. Now see this another example in which we have product of two nilpotent matrices which is equal to a null matrix, that is a nilpotent matrix. So we can say that the product of two nilpotent matrices may or may not be nilpotent. If A and B are nilpotent matrices which commute with each other, then AB must be nilpotent. So if A and B are nilpotent matrices which commute with each other, then A plus B and AB must be nilpotent matrices. Now see this note, index of A into B is less than equal to minimum of index A index of B. It cannot exceed index of either matrix. Now what is ceiling function of x? It is equal to least integer not less than x, which is being denoted by this thing. Now what is ceiling function of 27.12? It will be equal to 28, because it is least integer not less than 27.12. And what is ceiling function of 27? It will be equal to 27. Now what is the floor function of x? It will be equal to greater integer not greater than x. Now what will be the floor function of 27.29? It will be equal to 27, because it is greater integer not greater than 27.29. You can also see these examples. Now see this question. If A is nilpotent matrix of index n and k is any natural number, then A raised to the power k is also nilpotent matrix with index. Now the proof says, let m be the index of A raised to the power k. Then it will implies that A raised to the power k raised to the power m will be equal to null matrix, which further implies that A raised to the power km will be equal to null matrix. Now it is given that A is nilpotent matrix of index n, and from the definition of index we know that k raised to the power m will be greater than equal to n, which implies that m will be greater than equal to n divided by k, which implies that m is the least integer not less than n divided by k. So it means that index of A raised to the power k is equal to ceiling function n divided by k. Now see this question. If A is nilpotent matrix with index 2017, then what is the index of A raised to the power 157? So just divide 2017 by 157. You will get the result 12 point something, and the ceiling function of 12 point something will be equal to 13. So the index will be 13. Now if AB is nilpotent, then is BA nilpotent? So the answer is yes. Now suppose that the nilpotent matrix AB has index equal to n, then AB into AB up to n times will be equal to a null matrix. Now pre-multiplying by B and post-multiplying by A will give this equation, which implies that BA raised to the power n plus 1 is equal to a null matrix. So index of BA is less than equal to n plus 1. So if AB is nilpotent matrix, then BA is also nilpotent matrix, and index of BA is less than equal to index of AB plus 1. Now see this note. If A is nilpotent matrix of index m and k is any number, then k into identity matrix plus matrix A raised to the power n is equal to k raised to the power n into identity matrix plus nc1 into k raised to the power n minus 1 into matrix A plus nc2 into k raised to the power n minus 2 into A square plus up to nc m minus 1 into k raised to the power n minus m minus 1 into A raised to the power m minus 1. Because A raised to the power m is equal to null matrix. So we have to end this sum here. Now see this question. If B is some matrix like this, then B raised to the power n will be equal to, where n is natural number but greater than or equal to 50. Now you can write B matrix like this: 50 into identity matrix plus this matrix. Denote this matrix by matrix A, and the index of A matrix is 2. Now B raised to the power n will be equal to 50 raised to the power n into identity matrix plus NC1 into 50 raised to the power n minus 1 into matrix A, which will be equal to 50 raised to the power n into identity matrix plus n into 50 raised to the power n minus 1 into matrix A, which will be equal to this matrix. Now see this question. If B is some matrix, then B raised to the power n will be. Now you can write B matrix like this: identity matrix plus this matrix, and denote this matrix by A matrix. Now the index of matrix A is 3. So B raised to the power n will be equal to identity matrix plus NC1 into matrix A plus NC2 into A raised to power 2, which will be further equal to identity matrix plus n into A plus n into n minus 1 divided by 2 into A raised to the power 2. B raised to the power n will be equal to the sum of these three matrices, will finally equal to this matrix. Thanks for watching my video. If you like my work, then do subscribe my channel and like my video.